But I have a thing that I think it's my yoga practice which sort of helps me to sort of overcome this. I give myself a period to mourn. So if I've really wanted something and it hasn't happened for whatever reason, I will give myself, say, maybe 2 hours, whatever hours, a day, 2 days, and I was like, okay, that's it. Vaishali's character is like an onion. There are just layers and layers, the layers that you could peel, and it's just, when I read the script and then when I started working on her, there was so much there that I was drawn to. That's why there's this song again of us called Khalipan. That just denotes her. It is. I mean, before that I would have said Zeenat, because she was really funny too. And so I think as actors, at least for me, I think there's a lot of me that I put in a character. There something has to come from within, and then you take a lot from what is written as well, right? Hey everyone, this is Vidya Malavade and you're watching me on TellyChakkar. Keep watching.
A beautiful story that will actually leave a huge mark on your mind, I'm sure, for that one. Welcome back on TellyChakkar, and this is me, Vishakha Pandit, and I have with me today the gorgeous lady sitting out here. I would say that, I remember Abhay.
Yes.
You were like, I want roles that will leave a mark on people, and I want people to see me in a different light. I am very intrigued to know. Today, would you say that people will see you in a different light after they watch this character of yours?
You tell me. So the Mehram promo is out now, and just the initial reactions of everybody was like, we've never seen you like this. We've never seen you even looking like this. So I'm like, So
I think I entered and I was like, oh, the song is being played, and I'm like, that is so soothing. That's like some beautiful song out there. But then, what was it actually like, apart from Imtiaz Ali, apart from Kumud Mishra, that actually made you say yes for this project?
I'll tell you what, it's at least very few times it has happened in my life. It's probably one of the first times it has, that Vaishali's character is like an onion. There are just layers and layers, the layers that you could peel. And it's just, when I read the script and then when I started working on her, there was so much there that I was drawn to, just as Vidya. And there were so many similarities, of course, also between the two of us, and differences, yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, there is this, there's a certain mysterious element about her which is incredible. It's also shot in a manner like that. There's a certain fragility about her. There is a certain melancholy. So that's the first thing that sort of really stared into my face, was just her, the melancholy and the loneliness. It's just, that's why there's this song again of us called Khalipan. That just denotes her. And then there is this, it is one of the most complex characters that I have played, like I said, because there is beautiful layers in there. There is something simmering throughout that you will notice, but you can't put a finger on it. Like a volcano inside of her, but the exterior is so calm and so composed and so distant that you want to know about this person and what is her thing with Arora. And that there are not many lines. There's barely anything. There's just, like I said, a volcano that explodes towards the end on the last episode. But there is no lines as such. Very little in that space. It's all about the way I've used my physicality, the eyes, and these little things. Just the persona, just the presence, and that's that. And I'm so glad that somebody first of all wrote something like this, and then they actually thought that I could, do justice to it and got me on board. Which, by the way, I wasn't really the first choice for this part, because Imtiaz sir felt I was way too glamorous to play this part, and so they really didn't think I could pull off.
And then, what was his feedback when you got done with the shooting and filming of it?
I had this wonderful voice note from him. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was literally in tears when I heard that voice note saying how fantastic I am as Vaishali. And the best thing is, I think when we finished, I finished dubbing and everything, and my creative producer, Nidhi, and Archit, my director, said, you were the best Vaishali we could have ever got. And I was like, what are you saying?
It's like a huge deal, I would say.
It is. And considering, like I said, I wasn't the first choice. They wanted somebody who was a little more healthy, a little more domesticated looking. And here I was. I remember I went back home from a shoot one day and I told my maid, I said, give me your sari and a blouse. and I said, let's take pictures in this, you only take my photos. And I stuck my hair, because I remember I had highlights in my hair because I was doing Bamini and Boys in those days. I really stuck my hair together, and there I was. I sent those pictures across, and I was like, I messaged Imtiaz sir saying, please don't take a part away from me because of the way I look, because I'm an artist. I will transform, and I'm a chameleon. Wow. Whatever the part demands, I will put the hard work and I'll get there. And I'm so glad that
he actually saw that thing.
He told me that, give me a couple of days, and then they came back to me saying, yep, we're on.
But then I think it wouldn't be wrong to say, Vidya, that Imtiaz was quite vocal enough to say that you weren't the first choice. I'm sure as an actor, काफी बारी ऐसा हुआ होगा that almost final hote it just went away from your hand.
This is the case, I think, with all actors.
All the actors.
We hear so many negatives, and then there's that one positive that comes, and then you have to do whatever it is that you want to do with that one little thing that is yours. Thankfully, OTT is
So how do you keep yourself going is what I'm trying to understand, because sometimes, okay, you might have that positive streak in you, you might have that ways to fight with that, but then there are a lot of actors who actually feel at the end of the day, multiple times ke baad, that rejection and that dejection inside of them.
No, but that it's true, and it's happened to me as well. I mean, yes. I'm not attained that level of sort of, disassociation with something that I do. But I have a thing that also I think it's my yoga practice which sort of helps me to sort of overcome this. But I also think that I give myself a period to mourn. So if I've really wanted something and it hasn't happened for whatever reason, I will give myself, say, maybe 2 hours, whatever hours a day, 2 days, and I was like, okay, that's it. Now, mourn as much as you want, and then
move ahead.
Yeah, throw that out of your system and move on. Because I seriously and genuinely believe that if one thing doesn't happen, you don't know the bigger plan. There is something that is there for you, and you've got to have faith in it. And this is what my guru also used to say, that it takes about 3 moon cycles for your dreams to start realizing.
Wow.
But you have to give it a little by little. They say that if you have a dream, it's your responsibility to nurture it, to take care of it. So if your dream is to become an actor, I never came from, so I was a flight attendant and I got into modeling and I became an actor and things. I didn't know what acting schools were, etc., etc. It just sort of started coming out and I started doing work, and that's it. And then I sort of started realizing, why would I expect work to come to me where I haven't really put in anything? When you take a doctor, when you take an engineer, they spend years and years studying, and that's when they become a doctor or whatever, whichever other profession. So why am I thinking like, मुझे तो मिल जाना चाहिए, क्यों भाई, कहाँ से आए हो तुम? And so that's where my journey began, where I said, okay, whenever it is that I get a part, I want to be ready with my story, my background, my homework. That is going to be so strong then that when I go on set, you will have to sort of, or when you see me on screen, you will have to sit up there and say, oh, she's really good. Why aren't we thinking of this or that or that? So I feel like if you have a dream and you have the ability to nurture it bit by bit, so every day, whether you give 30 minutes or 2 hours or whatever it is, that a little time for your craft, I really don't see ever that the universe will not come back and say, okay, you worked for it, you'll get it back too. And I'm a case study of that. Literally, I can tell you myself.
But I'm very keen to know, because as you said, that how that character was for you. Was it something while you were actually performing that you got to learn about your character and that you have taken back home, or you feel that I could have given another 100% to it, because we are never satisfied with the kind of work that we put in?
You're very right, we never are, and I don't think I would ever be also. But having said that, I don't know, I think from day one on this particular set with this particular woman, there is this strange connect that I just had with her from my first reading. It was like she's just an extension of me.
Wow.
It is uncanny as to how it is all put together, and I feel like there was a different energy that was guiding me through this one. Of course, the energies and the synergies of Archit, and we sat a lot on. So on set, there was not much that we would, in terms of discuss in terms of the character, because all of that was my homework. We had done quite a bit of that. We had a couple of workshops with Imtiaz sir and Kumud sir. Most of my work is also only with Kumud ji. There was a lot of that give and take. Like when Archit and I were talking, he says, what about the body? What is that? Are we going to give her something like a gesture? And I was trying to figure out, and then I would go and tell him, I said, you know what, I feel like this is her and stuff. And so I think from the get-go, there was something that I just sort of knew this woman from somewhere. And the weirdest thing was Archit, who was directing my track, the whole chemistry with him from the get-go was unreal. Like I would start saying something, he would finish the line. He would start saying something about Vaishali and I would finish the line. It was like we were just on the same wavelength throughout. It also happens his birthday is on the 1st of March and I'm on the 2nd. His birthday is also the same as my mom's birthday. So I was like, he's like my mother on set. But
a lot of similarities though.
Yeah, but it was, and Sajid, the other director, his birthday is on my sister's birthday. So I was like, okay, this is like one whole family scene happening.
Know all about the Telly world by subscribing to TellyChakkar's YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated to our new videos.